Alright, well, I don't know where I'm going to cut this, but welcome back to the Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of the United States. I'm trying to integrate Europe, so if this goes through, we're good. If not, the playthrough might be done. We might be toasted. But, there's no shot China is able to defend against us or any country in here, so it's pretty much a wrap on the whole playthrough anyway. And honestly, I was planning on starting a new one around this time, so we might be good. The US might have actually managed global conquest effectively at this time. I think so. It did save all my unit placements, so that's at least good. Yeah, so we did have an autosave. I may need to do this at a different moment rather than immediately integrating Europe, but yeah, it's all these units. I'm sure it just wigs out hard though when I do it. And then we have one group up here in the north. And not the north. How is one of the guys all the way up in the original area still? Alright, well, let's mess with Egypt. Go ahead and bump Egypt. Yeah, so the Republic of China is actively attacking China. I'm gonna let this sit for a second while we figure out what's going on. We're gonna move some units in towards Hungary here. Oh, we do still have these two for some reason. Central Command. Yeah, it's still sitting on those guys, so we're gonna move them back. How's production looking? Alright, so we're actually looking okay. Go ahead and cut these down. Keep cutting this down. 30's okay. So well, I'm gonna cut it down. Maybe back to 15. Yeah, 16 is where I'll sit. Alright, I'm gonna try the big cheese. We're gonna try the big cheese. I do want to let an autosave go through just to get that loaded in first. So we're trying to save the playthrough. We are running into issues with the autosave function crashing. I think Romania still exists, so they survive. Same with Moldova somehow. Moldova is completely independent too. That's crazy. Actually, that's Transnistria, isn't it? So it's not even the full, like, this would have been Moldova. That's part of Romania somehow. Someone will have to Tell me if that's correct or not. Territorial, I'm not going to do the research right now. Okay. I don't see an autosave. I haven't seen one go through. We do have another couple $1 trillion we can pay off some debt, so let's go ahead and do that. I don't know why I clicked that much. I think there's a button. I could hold Alt. Yeah. Need to remember to do that. Oh, there's our autosave. All right. We're going for all the cheese in one fell swoop. All of the cheese. Yeah, see, it's not a good sign when the game just absolutely freezes for 5 seconds when you click a button. So it went through. Game's on pause, though. I am going to let it sit. We're just going to let it think about this and what it means. Because we probably got a ton of Navy vessels. I'm actually curious what we were fighting against. Yeah. So they had modern destroyers, modern frigates out the wazoo, and then they had a little bit of corvettes. They were using helicopter operators as carriers. And they were messing me up, man. Yeah, they didn't even have real carriers. But they had, okay, they did. They were just old. Yeah, these things were absolutely screwing my Navy up. But they had a lot of them. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nah, they had 9 full fleets with 3 carriers going around with a bunch of frigates and destroyers and submarines. Honestly, I think it just eliminated a lot. We were probably meeting these like head on, multiple of these fleets all at once. Yeah, because they were definitely operating in tighter space. I know a couple of them were in the open ocean, but not many. All right, well, that's more boats. I'm gonna see if we crash. Looks like it might have worked. If it works, that's crazy because that means I have a ton more resources I get to use. The Vatican. All right, they can join the alliance. Monaco. Isn't that like right here? So with Europe gone, they just want to join our faction. I don't like that. I think that's pretty lame. This is something I can't be bothered to attack these people. Comoros. Where is this? Some island somewhere, isn't it? Is there a way to see where these places are? Oh, it's got to be this, right? Just find the little green spot on the map. That's pretty rough. We may be okay. I may be able to actually make this work. Gonna keep lobbying. Let's see what we would need here. We do have enough strength of support. I could take this. All right, so I think we deal with NATO if we can. Either that or China, one of the two. China's been fairly peaceful. They have not initiated anything. See what's going on with Pakistan. I have not forgotten that they were hiding Mr. Bin Laden out there. All right, we're going to integrate Uzbekistan a little bit. Ooh, dude. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving along. It is going to be about this autosave. Do we make it through whenever that next one comes up? All right, and I'm going to go ahead and pay off all the debt. Curious what are so we have what, 20% of the world GDP right now? We are a superpower for sure. How's China's tag here? I think they have one too. Just a great power. They're sitting at 10% though. India is the next kind of competitive entity, I would think. Just a major. That's pretty pathetic. Hmm. Yeah. It's sad. Um. Yeah, I see foreign claims, but most of them will have to integrate. After a war with NATO, we'll integrate, and then we should get core claims on a lot of this. We got future diesel engines, so we did finish up the infantry, the artillery, the vehicles. We're just in naval equipment now. Time for the subs. We definitely want more subs. Alright. And we're gonna bump up attack choppers because we somehow still are short, which is insane.
Yeah, I just want to. No, I just need planes. This is our multi-role. We have a lot of these actually. Considering I only was pumping out one. So,
Or with one factory. And then that makes us short on technology metals, so we should be running that decision as often as we can. It does take 50 political power. Which is pretty terrible too. We are missing transport like vehicles. The fact that we're still short helicopters and tank or IFEs is crazy. And if you think about it, if we're making 10 IFEs a day, right? That's 365 days, so it's 3,000 a year. If we get this up to 100 a day, we'd be making 30,000 a year. Now, our consumption of IFVs is something out of this world for us to be negative, making 30,000 of these damn things. It's insane. All right. Looks like Albania is still here. I don't see anything left from Europe. And we just have all this damaged stuff. The new United States of America. All right. I think equipment wise, we're just going to be short IFVs all over. I'm pretty sure Europe was short IFVs after fighting us. Like, this isn't new. I'm going to go ahead and deploy another division. All right. So let's consolidate units. All right, so I'm going to take all these armored European armies and make some actual European armies for us. For European command. So where are we want approximately 7 to 9 of these. 3, 3, one more. So that's 9. We're going to take 4 tanks. And 1 marine. And yeah, that split that pretty well. It's a lot more tank divisions than I would want. And then we're going to add that into an army group. 4th tank. Then we'll split this off. Alright, so as we organize these units, these are going to get assigned. 1, 2, 3. They have 6 in that. We can put 3 more infantry, so we'll move these strikers over there. One special operations unit per army. Oh, these mountain groups here just need to be some ragtag group. Alright, so that's... We do still want this guy defending the gap. This was one of our more important areas of Europe at one time. Definitely not now, but... Alright, we're going to take 4 of these. None of these striker groups. I think we're at 6, right? We'll take one of that guy, another one of those. Cool. So this will give us a front to wrap around Hungary here. As we get prepared for a battle with NATO and China all at once. Alright, and then these should be 18 free units. And these need to realistically go into Asia Command. Yeah, so these are going to get moved to Europe. These are now in Asia. Where are these? On the Chinese border? No, we need to actually work on the provisional administration for Russia situation. And then the Republic of Central Siberia looks like they're fine. Yeah, so that would be this northern front here. This would fall under European Command. Give them their own army group, though. This is a part of NATO. Okay. So helicopters are finished up now completely. We're research. Oh, we don't have laser hard kill stuff yet. Alright, so our jets are still not able to be the best jets. Still working on some stuff. Nice. Right, we are upgrading equipment and replacing losses. We got some really old subs and vessels. Yeah, I do need to assign surface-to-air missiles around. That's a U.S. puppet. This whole section is a nightmare of mountains that we need to fill out. We have nowhere near enough supply here. That's good to know. Okay, so our main lines do go around the Central Republic of Siberia. Yeah, let's work on the rail line here. Okay, so we're gonna want, let's get our supply hub locations built out first. So here, and here, and here are gonna be endpoints. This is all like passable mountain range. So here. And here. And then, yeah, there on the other side of the mountain. And here, just in the middle. That goes through Mongolia at that point. And down here, we have issues as well. This is all at risk. We only have one line and no naval support. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and build all this up in preparation for war. Get all these supply hubs built. Naval bases we're gonna need, and naval yards in this region. We're gonna want all sorts of naval bases right here. And then we'll put naval yards along here so we can do repairs. Very close to the waters of China. Yep. So anything we fight in the South China Sea, we can just run up here to repair. Should see Albania probably. Slowly get integrated in. This is, yeah, so our biggest strategic advantage would be if we get our supply lines out here built up. All right, so can we connect a main line to Russia yet? from Europe. Doesn't look like it. We can get. We're still choked off at this point. What is that? 4 trillion? Honestly, if we took Ukraine. Nope, nope. The Provisional Authority of Russia still owns it. We're still cut off and getting a rail line through. Georgia would be a way if we also took what's left of Dagestan and Chechnya here. See if there's an easy integration target. Yeah, so Afghanistan, because of the events, we would actually have to take it over to make a rail line up to Tajikistan. And we could get a rail line through the Middle East. And then we'd have to figure out between Kurdistan and Syria what we wanted to utilize or take Iran. We could go Iran through Armenia. That is a viable path too. All right. But yeah, we do need to figure out some way to get good supply over there. It's not in range of China bombing or NATO bombing. Like we need double. I'm thinking ports here would allow us to have redundancy against China. So starting in this little pocket. So we do have the Black Sea, actually. That's a short route. And that's on the inside of the Mediterranean, which we control. Okay, so I just need to build up the Black Sea region. We're going to want Crimea to just be a major naval facility. And rail lines. So one of the major rail lines is just going to be getting all this set up. Here. And around. Yeah, we do kind of have a bottleneck there, which is pretty lame. And get this connected. Yeah, so later on this will work, but for now it is what it is. We'll just get all this built out. So all that rail line is going to be size 6. I can't even see this. There we go. These max. All right. Yeah, and if we can get supplies coming into these locations here, start with one major rail line through the center. That'll get us all the way through to the Caspian Sea. And we'll use a size 6 rail up towards the middle here. Now, if we can connect these here around the Urals. I don't know why we don't just have a line there directly. That'll give us the opportunity here. It has to go a very weird route. So we'll go from this hub, and then we'll go north. Meet that main line. So that right there will support our eastern regions for now. We'll get the main artery through. We've got a lot of naval facilities we need built. Alright, cool. I'm going to go ahead and stop this here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode as we build our infrastructure up.